Yes. James Tynion the Fourth's Department of Truth, Issue 1. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be constantly going back onto it and everything, but we're going to explore this first issue. I couldn't find a quality image of the variant cover I got with the woman's glasses, other than the one with Entertainment Weekly involved. But yeah, this is a Image Comics original creator-owned work by James Tynion the Fourth, and it basically surrounds the idea of what if every conspiracy ever devised throughout human history was 100% real. And it offers a very interesting take on how conspiracies, and there's this group called the Department of Truth, which seems to be a secret Illuminati like government conspiracy based on that idea and notion. Written by James Tynion the Fourth, artist by Martin Simmons, letterer by I can't pronounce the name, designer Dillian Todd, and editor Steve Fox. Next, Image Comics Incorporated, and like I said, produced by Tyrion Studios. So this seems to be more inching towards a horror conspiracy thriller because the artwork seems to be. Okay, I'm reminded a little bit of the Resident Evil comics, the ones Lee Carr reviewed, which were horrible artwork and confusing writing, but for this I think it fit, but I think the artwork for this fits more of this noir, this dark thriller thing, and much more designed and with some degree of photorealism using photos filtered through or painted on there, but yeah. Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 1963, 7:55 p.m. Oh, we're starting off with the Kennedy in the aftermath of the Kennedy assassination because that's the significance of that date. I like some legal representation. These police officers have not allowed me to have any. I don't know what this is all about. Did you shoot the president? I work in that building. Were you in the building in that time? Naturally, if I work in the building, yes, sir. Did you shoot the president? They're taking me in because of the fact I lived in the Soviet Union. I'm just a patsy. Did you shoot the president? And police are surrounding this guy, and then the police are ordered by two men in black, telling them, "We're going to need the room." That wasn't a request. And the police officers leave. Hit me in the Lee. I'm not the person y'all think I am. I'm not this Lee. Nobody's listening. It's just us in this room. The obvious world is silent. I didn't think it would really happen. That matters anymore, son. What do they believe just happened? What do the people think? That's what we're here to settle. Something this big, this moment's gonna have consequences. Things are going to change. The world is going to change. Can't fucking remember what really happened. Is it happening to me? I'm part of it. I'm a part of it now, aren't I? Yes. I was sent here to tell you what's going to happen next. And then we're going to try and make sure everyone else understands that. Too. Do you follow? Yes. Shit. Yes, I understand. Good. Now say it. Say it, and so I know you still remember. Say it so I know you know the truth. The obvious world remains silent for a couple of seconds before saying, up is down and down is up. Chapter 1, The End of the World. And it seems to cut to modern times, so because we the see someone going ahead and being driven in a car by government agents, and with the woman driver saying, "You gonna throw up?" And the main character, who's clearly the main character, says, "No, maybe don't throw up. Okay. Are you going to kill me too? Just don't throw up. The last car they gave me was shit. I like this car. Okay." And also, the fact his nose is bleeding, but that's inconsequential to the stains. Library of Congress, present day. So they're in the parking lot, and when they went in, the guy says, "Did you see it too? Did you see it? Or am I completely losing my mind?" She just smiles and they walk. "Yeah, okay, you're gonna kill me. If you keep asking questions, yeah, probably." And it cuts to this meeting with two people. The lady who drove him here to the Library of Congress, and to with this stranger fella. Tell me your name, kid. Cole. I'm Cole. Do you know why you're here? I'm here because I saw something that can't possibly exist. And now I think you're gonna kill me. Huh. He's funny. He's not joking. I know, I didn't mean he was actually funny. FBI? Yes, sir. Concetto, you're a teacher. I I've done some field work. But you're a teacher. You teach about funny pictures on the internet. I uh I look into the sorts of discussions that happen among right-wing white nationalists in their online communities. Funny pictures. They share funny pictures. They aren't funny, they're typically not that original, and, well, they're very racist. They think they're funny. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Then there's the conspiracy theory stuff. Well, yes. Tell me about them. I don't know. Son, you're just going to have to get over whether or not we're going to kill you. I just want you to fucking talk to us. What do your little message boards have to do with conspiracy theories? The perspective of the world, the belief that the system is stacked against them in deliberate ways. It makes them, well, susceptible to influence. That's what I've been studying, their susceptibility. And that's how you got to the Flat Earth Conference? Yes. Start at the beginning. Sir, I was drinking over the weekend, and I haven't really slept in about 3 days. None of this, the sort of things I saw, I do not trust my memories, and I don't see any reason you should either. Good. That's a very sensible attitude. Now tell me what you saw. Then it cuts back to this crowd of people all at this convention. I remember walking into the hotel conference area, thinking that I had never seen so many polo shirts in my life. Your mailman, your accountant, the guy who scans your plane ticket and the at the airport, they were mostly but not exclusively men, mostly but not exclusively white. Just ordinary, boring people making jokes about the latest episode on network TV and quoting an old Family Guy. Ah, so Family Guy exists. So this conspiracy being that Family Guy is the cause of all this? Because if it is, it makes too much sense. That's what struck me the most. You never picked them out in the crowd. They were anybody and everybody and nobody. And they all had this grin on their face. A grin that said they knew a secret truth about this world, something nobody else knew. They believed the earth was flat. That all scientific research to the contrary is a conspiracy to make us docile so the government can feed us into the facts they want us to believe. Okay, this is the thing I've always wondered. What's the end game? Okay, so the moon landing, okay, fine. I can understand why some people would think that was fake. At least I get that part. But the flat Earth thing, what's the end game in that conspiracy? Well, let's go with that notion. If the flat Earth stuff was real, what would actually be the reason the government wants to keep this secret? What's the end game? I'm like, if it happened now, I'm pretty sure it would cause worldwide dissatisfaction. But I mean, like, what would be the end goal? What would be gained by the government if they knew and were keeping it secret? And if this is really what's keeping the world unified, they are royally screwed. Well, some believe it's the government, some believe it's the church, some have more colorful suggestions. They buy maps and models of the world for their homes and offices to hang up next to their signed comic books and movie posters. They listen to self-taught basements, psychics, twist scientific theory to their case cause. And then they drink at the hotel bar and have some sort of excited argument where they egg each other on, convinced that they're going to get closer to the truth tomorrow. Why do you think they believe? It's always about control. That's what I think. It is a desire to reject the aspects of life that feel too complicated and too abstract and build a more comfortable reality that they can understand. And more than that, it's a sense that if they're right and they're on to the truth that's been kept all secret all the time, well then they're heroes, aren't they? Standing up against authority to try and keep them and their friends and family down. They want reality to make sense in a way that makes them important and special. Everyone wants to feel like that, right? Huh. What? Tell me when it went sideways. You're Cole Turner. Yes. Special Agent Cole Turner. Yes. Why don't you come with me? I don't think I should. I'm married. I have a husband at home. I'm Just going to bed? You should come with me. This is one of these moments, the moments that change your life, the moments that change everything. Don't you want that? And he just gulps. So here's the thing I really love. Once again, highlighting that he has a husband, and everyone's like, that's cool. I'm like, what? Was I supposed to make a big deal about it? No, you're just making it like a normal, everyday thing. Whereas some people still go ahead, married to a man? Because stupid, and we are that ignorant. But nowadays the media just goes ahead and says, "Oh, by the way, these two are married. They're guys. They're married. They're a couple." Oh, okay. Like the way everyone believes it should be. Well, at least the ones who have common sense. But anyways, Cole Turner is introduced to two people who apparently have bad breath, but I'll get to that. Mr. Turner. You came. Marvelous. You came. Thank you, Sebastian. Of course, I'll leave you to it. Nice meeting you. Yeah. You know who we are? Kenneth and Bertram Bullitt. I love when they know who we are, don't you, Bertie? Hey, you were our little carnival today, weren't you? Walking around with little people. Yes, sir. Ken, please. It's marvelous. There's more each year. That's what makes this all possible. That and people like you, like me, we have many friends in Washington, young man. Even if they don't see it eye, they help us make this all possible. If we keep the wheels greased. We've been wanting to recruit a believer, someone in intelligence, and they've stumbled into your little party. Now, son, do you believe? And then we get this grossly disturbing image of these old dudes looking like demons into the guy's eyes, and he just narrates saying, I remember how terrible his breath was. That's what struck in my mind. The fortune from their Texas oil company had been funding right-wing politicians for the last 2 decades. I remember thinking, how does a man worth billions of dollars have such terrible breath? But that's not what I said. What I said was, yes, I believe. Then we cut to this photo shoot going on and all these meetings. And here's what this says. They took me into a little side room, not much bigger than this. There were other people there, all men, all white, all dressed in suits, except there was a woman dressed in red. She was wearing these sunglasses in the dark room, and it scared me. I don't know why it scared me so much. I just knew she couldn't see wearing through those things. And I got this pit in my stomach. It got worse when she smiled at me. There was a film playing in black and white on a projector. As it played, the men in the room leaned in. There was this smell in the air. I don't know. It was like a smug musk. Anticipation on the edge of an orgasm. Yeah, this is kind of a dirty story with foul language. Like we were watching some obscene and decadence. It was the moon rover, the landing. They shot of Neil Armstrong descending the ladder, ready to make his one small step for man. But there's something off about it. I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but I quickly realized the angle of the shot was all wrong. It was from a different vantage point. I was trying to figure out why when I saw something in the dark behind the lunar rover. It was a man holding a cardboard cup coffee. No space helmet, no anything. Just this ordinary, tired-looking man on the moon. The room erupted as they saw him, but I just broke out in a nervous sweat. The bullet said that it was from Kubrick's private collection that had been held in a government warehouse for the last few decades. So Stanley Kubrick had a moon landing footage. And they talked about how they planned to release it to the press in due time, but that it would need to be coordinated with their bigger find. That's when one of the brothers leaned in and asked me if I wanted to take a trip with them and see how deep the rabbit hole went. Why did you go? The bullets fund most of the corners of the internet I study, the extremist corners. Honestly, I thought I was coming in at the ground floor or something. Them trying to create their own conspiracy theory to feed the trolls and keep them ignited and pliable? That's not why you wanted to see something that would make sense of all this BS. Because it didn't feel like it had been doctored. And if that video wasn't bullshit, it meant a whole lot else you believe is bullshit. Okay, yeah, that's why. I've never been on a private plane before. They said their government contacts were covering for me, but they wouldn't tell me where they were going. They didn't want to spoil the surprise. The other men, they drank the whole time. I might have had a glass or two, but mostly I stared out the window. You wanted to see the curvature of the earth with your own eyes, and I'm sure you did. But there was this sense that maybe it was just your imagination. You don't trust where you were seeing, did you? No, I didn't. I don't know how long the flight was. It felt like days. I don't know, and I don't know. It may have been. We stopped to refuel a few times, and I can't imagine what my husband was thinking. The party was continuing, and you could just feel the stench of excitement in the air. The plane felt thick with it, and I just sat there feeling sick in my seat. Time melted away. I felt unmourned, and more than anything, hungover from what I'd seen in that screening room. I had dozed off when a hand shook my shoulder. Cole, you're missing it. You're at the end of everything. You're missing the damn show. Look out the window and see what they've been hiding from us all these years. Where are we? We're at the off the edge of the map. Here there be monsters. And also, the guy's eyes glow red. And like a demon. And we reach the curvature of the earth. Yeah, we're at the curvature of the earth, a barrier that protects us from knowing the truth. Oh, Jesus, yes. Praise Jesus. I need to, the bathroom, did you see? And then she takes off her glasses, revealing the X. It's important that you see. And naturally, Cole Turner freaks out, seeing a woman with X's on her face. On her where her eyes should be. Fucking hell. Alright, gents, we'll be landing at the base camp in a moment. From there, we can take a helicopter up close. We still haven't found the top of the thing, where it meets the sky, but we'll take you as high as we can go. Seatbelts, this is going to be bumpy, and Cole Turner pukes while the woman just smiles to herself. The plane lands, the crew come out, and then when we reach to the area, we see gunmen and more viewpoints. I'm sorry, dear, but do you work for us? Does she look like she works for us, Barrett? Who sent you? Are you from Black Hat? And the guy just responds with a weapon saying, nope, and kills every single one of them. Cole Turner being the only survivor, and then punched in the face. Cole Turner? Yeah. Yes. Special Agent Cole Turner? Yes. I'm here to take you home. That's all I know. You can kill me now. We're not gonna fucking kill you. Calm down. What do you think, Ruby? He's fine. Yeah? Yeah, he'll do. He's in shock, but he kept all the important details. I could use someone a bit more plugged into the moment. Not another Cold War UFO hunter with a tinfoil hat. And you know his history. Well, he was a part of in the 80s. What's happening? We're poaching you. You've been poached. You don't work for the FBI anymore. You work for us. I don't understand. Son, the world is round. It goes around the sun. Give me a big laser pointer and a few meteor sticks, and I can prove it to you. That's the truth. But that's not the truth because of science. What you saw there at the end of the world was a sliver of another kind of truth taking hold. You're saying it was some kind of Tepla space? When the fuck did the whole fucking world go Buddhist? You're all going to be shaving your head and singing to me with this headbeat bullshit. That's hair, Krishna. I'm being funny. You're being horrible. A Tupla, a thought form, a belief given a body. I know what a fucking Tupla is, Cole. Jesus. And you're part right. You're just missing the scale of the thing. I'm going to tell you a secret. A big secret that you've known your entire life. The more people believe in something, the more true that thing becomes. The more reality tips in the favor of that belief. What happened in Antarctica was that group of men managed to make enough people believe in the truth of the flat earth for it to manifest in reality. If they had been able to bring proof of that back to America and spread it, the world would change. The moon landing would be a hoax. Every government, every airline, every communications corporation, they would all been in on it from the beginning. Retroactively, the earth would have always been a flat. And people would rightly rise up in fury. having been lied to by everyone for decades. That is why this organization exists. We have spent the last century making sure this conspiracy theories stay conspiracy theories, and now you get to be a part of it. Lucky you. Ruby here will get you sorted. You answer to her now. I have questions. I wouldn't want you if you didn't have questions. It will be there for that for all that. Will be time for all of that. Who was the woman in red with no eyes? Why do they think Ruby worked for something called Black Hat? Son, you know damn well each of those questions will lead to more questions and more questions after that. At least wait until you're paying. Until we're paying you, for God's sakes. Look, I still don't even know who the hell you people are. Huh. I guess I skipped that part, didn't I? And we get the truth of who it is. My name is Lee Harvey Oswald. Welcome to the Department of Truth. Yep, we're going there. So what they have just said. So this is the introduction that Lee Harvey Oswald in this reality has been alive since his alleged assassination. When he would be quote killed sometime after the Kennedy assassination that he was accused of, and the conspiracy being that he did it, but the people saying he did it, but the others saying, oh no, he didn't do it, and it was an inside job and all that. So what they have basically said is, so if I had to guess what they're basically trying to go here for, is that this is basically the story of retroactive continuity. You know, where you change something up that doesn't go from the established norm and then you retroactively change it to say it means something else. The most infamous one being Identity Crisis' story, which retroactively changed Dr. Light from a menacing villain to a stupid goof who was revealed to have his memories erased because he sexually assaulted Sue Dibney. And we all know how that was. Fuck. And then the Batman going paranoia and everything. But like, yeah, that's essentially what that is. But this is more of a cosmic level retroactive continuity. As in, if enough people believe in this, so if I said that my room was a high-tech, high-advanced, beyond the centuries of technology that we could accumulate and develop, and say it was far into the future, like 2,000 years from now, and I had enough people believe it, it would turn into this. The whole history would be altered, and everyone would think that this was the case. That's essentially what this is. That's essentially what it's saying. So, if enough people believe in a conspiracy, it becomes a reality. It's if people say the Earth is flat, get used to it, and the whole world believes the Earth was flat, the Earth will become flat. So, if they say the Roman Empire didn't fall, it never fell, it's still standing, it's just secretly hiding. If the members of the families of all those people of those days are in a secret society plotting to take over the world and establish one more Roman Empire for the world, then they'll say, oh, well, that's a reality then. So that's essentially what they said. So, and honestly, it's actually a kind of a clever idea to go with this. And I do trust James Tynion IV to handle this, because he is a good thriller story guy. He writes good mysteries, and that's why people praised him for his Detective Comics work, building up a group of detectives to help out with the rise and fall of the Batman story arcs. And now now he likes to do long building mysteries. I'm not saying he's like Hickman in that regards, where he has a bunch of planet seeds for this. He likes to build a mystery towards the big mystery. But yeah, he's mostly known for his creepy, his kind of strange storytelling, where he basically loves to do these mystery storylines and everything. And his recent ones being like something's killing the children and all that, and everything. But yeah, it is a very compelling story regarding Department of Truth issue 1. I don't know if I'll keep covering more of these in the YouTube videos. I probably will try. I tried to do that with Undiscovered Country, but then I lost track of everything. But yeah. But yeah, this is a pretty compelling story. The artwork reminds me of the Resident Evil, the Silent Hill comics, but less horrible and actually compelling and interesting. And I gotta be honest, this was pretty a damn good story. Uh, I'm curious to know where they take this stuff, especially if they're trying to be like a subtle commentary on retcons and everything, on retroactive continuity. And man, it's just a very good story. And he's worked on a ton of other stuff like Justice League stuff and Batman and Dark Knights and all that. But yeah, I would love to know what this story was all about and see more of the future events that will play out in the Department of Troops universe. So basically, oh, one more thing. So if they say that there were aliens in Roswell, New Mexico, then if enough people believed it, then there will be in fact aliens in Roswell, New Mexico. And Area 51 will be a thing, holding aliens, and then people will be justified to go ahead. Then people would feel like they're justified to raid Area 51, like that thing that actually did almost happen, which made me question how stupid we've become. And now you have. So basically, that's what it is. It's basically the story of what if every conspiracy theory you ever believed that has ever been said is actually true in some degree. And I'm interested to see where they take this. So that's about it for my thoughts on the Department of Truth issue number 1 by James Tynion the Fourth, or Tyrion the Fourth. I keep calling him Tyrion because I keep thinking of the Game of Thrones. So those were my thoughts on Department of Truth issue number 1 by James Tynion the Fourth. This was Neo Reality Antenna. For if you like, comment, subscribe, and donate, stay tuned for more, and see what you want to see.